take a look at this ACT reading-based question. Now, this question here is again going to be part of a longer passage, but we're going to dial in a little bit so that we can get more comfortable just dealing with this question type. Now, while this relates to a full paragraph, it does specifically tell us which paragraph and include the line reference. So if you watch my video about how we're working through the reading section faster, we know all of those line reference questions need to come first, and we also need to do them in chronological order. So this is probably going to be one of the first questions I worked on in this passage. Now, I do need to make sure I'm reading this paragraph carefully in order to pick up on the main purpose because I'm not just finding a specific detail, but I need to summarize everything as a whole. So let's take a look at some of the clues that we get, what we would be marking up with our active pencil. We know we're paying attention to our proper nouns. So I'm going to grab Walden Pond. I'm also grabbing Thoreau. I'm paying attention to anything that the test writer is drawing my attention to with italics, parentheses, quotations, dashes. I don't see any of that necessarily coming into play here, but I do want to go ahead and take a look at what else I can grab for this. We can see that his original cabin is no longer there. We have the spot marked. We have a parking lot. Those are, again, minor details. I'm not too worried about that. I could see how the days played out for him. Is this being literal or is this being figurative? Well, Thoreau's no longer there. His cabin's not there. So we have some imagination or some hypotheticals that are coming in. He would go out, he would explore the ponds and the woodlands, fantastic, that were in the area. There was an abundance of plant and animal life, fantastic. He was interested in it, cool. He saw he saw the world changing around over the 2 years and documented what he observed. Then we've got our colon coming in. We remember that that's going to end our complete idea and then give us some more description. The sights, the sounds, the pond freezing and thawing, the rebirth of nature in the spring. It all felt very serene. Perhaps that's why he came here in the first place. So this sounds to me, when I'm speaking for myself as my next step, that the author or the writer of this passage went to Walden Pond and wanted to see what Thoreau saw while he was there. So let's work on our process of elimination on how that fits in. Discuss the literary elements. We've got a great big trap coming into play right away. I'm not going to read this answer choice any further. I'm going to get rid of it. Why is this a trap? Well, Walden Pond is a piece of literature. This is coming up in the reading passage. Maybe they're expecting you to get into the literary elements, but that's definitely not what's happening here. Let's take a look at B. Elaborate on the author's experience at Walden Pond, potentially, and what they imagined Thoreau saw. I really like this part because we know it's not what they know for sure was happening, but again, their own experience coming into play. Provide a detailed account. Ugh, my spidey sense is tingling there. I don't like this because it's pretty extreme. Provide a detailed account of his daily experiences while at the cabin. That would be like we're looking at his journal and we're knowing exactly what he did on these different days. We have hypotheticals. We do not have exacts. I need to get rid of this. We also have some distraction going on in D. We see that there's lots of plants, there's lots of animals in Walden Pond and the surrounding words, but we definitely do not have any categorization of them. So know what those test writers commonly do. Make sure that you're speaking for yourself, reading thoroughly, and remember that every single answer must be directly supported. There's no kind of possibly coulda, woulda, shoulda. If I draw these conclusions, where's the proof? If you don't see it, it's not the valid answer. Go get your points.